People are questioning, theories are circulating, and Epstein's scandal continues shaping our modern history. Even after Epstein's death in 2019, the files connected to his network, his contacts, and the powerful people around him continue to surface. And now, a new batch of documents released by the U.S. Department of Justice in March 2026 has once again pushed the story back into the global spotlight. But this time, one of the names being discussed the most is Donald Trump. According to the Department of Justice release, the documents include FBI interview summaries from 2019, known as 302 forms. These summaries contain statements from an unidentified woman from South Carolina. In those interviews, she made a serious allegation. She claimed that in the 1980s, when she was between 13 and 15 years old, she was introduced to Donald Trump by Jeffrey Epstein. According to her statement, Trump allegedly sexually and physically assaulted her. One of the interview summaries describes an incident where Trump allegedly attempted to force her to perform oral sex. She claimed she bit him in response, and that he then hit him. These allegations are extremely serious. But there is an important detail. The claims in the FBI summaries remain uncorroborated. Donald Trump has denied any involvement or misconduct related to Epstein. So far, no criminal charges or confirmed evidence have emerged from these documents. But the story does not end with the official files, because almost immediately after the documents were released, a storm of online theories and speculation began spreading across social media. And some of those theories go far beyond the allegations themselves. They focus on a much larger question: what exactly was Jeffrey Epstein's operation? For years, some journalists and investigators have suggested that Epstein's network may have been more than just a financial empire or a trafficking operation. Some have speculated that it may have functioned as a blackmail operation targeting powerful elites. The theory claims Epstein hosted influential politicians, business leaders, and celebrities in situations designed to gather compromising material. In intelligence terminology, this type of material is called compromat. And according to one controversial theory circulating online, Epstein's operation was allegedly connected to Israel's intelligence agency, Mossad. Supporters of this theory point to Epstein's associations with several influential figures, including former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak. They argue that Epstein's network could have been used as a honey trap espionage system designed to collect compromising information on powerful individuals. However, it is important to emphasize that no definitive proof has ever confirmed this claim. It remains a speculative theory, not an established fact. But the March 2026 Epstein document release has added fuel to these theories. Why? Because the allegation involving Donald Trump fits directly into the narrative promoted by some conspiracy theorists. They argue that if compromising material existed, it could theoretically be used as leverage against powerful political figures. And that brings us to the second major claim circulating online, a claim connecting the Epstein revelations to the recent escalation between the United States, Israel, and Iran. In early March 2026, the United States and Israel launched joint military strikes against Iranian targets in a campaign known as Operation Epic Fury. And the timing, coming just days after the Epstein documents resurfaced, sparked a new wave of speculation. According to one widely circulated theory, Donald Trump was allegedly pressured or blackmailed into escalating the conflict with Iran by none other than the Israeli handlers of Epstein. Supporters of this claim argue that the Epstein files could represent a form of leverage. Some online users even claim the release of Trump's name in the documents was a strategic warning. Others argue the opposite. They believe the war itself may have served as a distraction, drawing public attention away from the Epstein revelations. Even some politicians have hinted at possible connections. Congressman Thomas Massie, for example, publicly stated that the war, quote, won't make the Epstein files go away. But again, there is no verified evidence linking the Epstein documents to the Iran conflict. Most experts consider these claims to be unproven speculation circulating online. What remains clear, however, is that the Epstein scandal continues to cast a long shadow. It touches politics, intelligence networks, elite power circles, and global geopolitics. Each new document release raises more questions than answers. Who knew what? How extensive was Epstein's network? And why do so many powerful figures continue to appear in these files? But the most important questions that still remains to be answered: why there are so many redactions in the Epstein files in the name of national security? Why a child trafficking case is not made public in the name of national security? Who is government trying to protect? For now, many of those questions remain unresolved, but one thing is certain: the Epstein story is far from over, and every new file has the potential to shake the political world once again. NewsTold. Truth beyond headlines.